Chaos is brewing in Minnesota. Viking Nation. The storm starts right now with a revelation no one saw coming. The horns of war are sounding their mournful call, but this time, the primary battle is not against the Packers or the Bears. It is being fought within our own walls, against an insidious, invisible enemy, an enemy called adversity. Just as our new king, the young lion McCarthy, began his glorious reign with a victory snatched from the very jaws of defeat, the very foundations of our fortress have been shaken to their core by a seismic shockwave of bad news. In the next few minutes, we will uncover the devastating blows that threaten to derail our entire 2025 season before it has even truly begun. A relentless series of gut punches that would make lesser teams, lesser cities, lesser fan bases crumble into dust. A key guardian in our secondary, a man on a mission of redemption, has been tragically forced from the field. Our quarterback's blindside protector, a veritable giant of a man, our wall against the savages at the gate has fallen once again. And another all-pro warrior, the very heart and soul of our pass rush, has been silenced by an invisible enemy. But amidst this suffocating, hopeless darkness, a single, brilliant ray of light shines from the most unexpected and divine source. A blessing, a prophecy, whispered into existence by the greatest football player to ever walk the earth. And as the Vikings leadership scrambles to plug the gaping holes in our shield wall, new soldiers, new names, new hope are being called from the reserves to the front lines. This isn't just a news report. This is a saga unfolding in real time, a testament to our unbreakable Nordic spirit. Each piece of this puzzle could define our entire future. So if you bleed purple and gold, if the burning, unadulterated hatred for the Green Bay Packers fuels your very soul, prove it. Hit that like button right now as a shield for our team against the storm that's coming. This is the story of our resilience. This is the Viking way. Stay with me. But the blows just keep coming, and this first one strikes right at the heart of our past defense. A surgical strike against our ability to control the skies and dictate the terms of engagement. Just when we needed stability, when we needed every single soldier at their post for the home opener, we get another gut punch that echoes through the halls of TCO Performance Center, one of our key defensive backs. A player fighting not just for a starting spot, but for his very career narrative has been ruled out. We're talking about cornerback Jeff Okudah. He has been officially and heartbreakingly placed in the concussion protocol, a mandatory non-negotiable absence that could not have possibly come at a worse time. Let that sink in. Let the gravity of that news settle in your stomach. We are marching into a crucial Week 2 battle against the Atlanta Falcons, a team armed with terrifying aerial weapons like the 6x4, Drake London, and the matchup nightmare tight end Kyle Pitts, and our secondary is already being held together by tape, grit, and sheer will. This is a devastating loss that goes far beyond a single name on an injury report. Okudah, the former number 3 overall pick in the entire NFL draft, has been on a personal redemption tour. This is a man who has been battling his entire career to live up to that immense potential, to finally, once and for all, silence the army of doubters and talking heads who wrote him off after his time in Detroit. He showed flashes, didn't he? In training camp, in the preseason, we saw the instincts. We saw the fluid hips, the aggressive press coverage, the raw, explosive talent that made scouts fall in love with him in the first place. He was supposed to be a cornerstone of our defensive revival. But now, at the moment of truth, he's relegated to the sideline, a helpless spectator in street clothes, forced to watch as his brothers go to war without him. This isn't just about losing one player. It's a domino effect of catastrophic proportions that ripples through Brian Flores' entire defensive scheme. The pressure now multiplies tenfold on Byron Murphy Jr. He's no longer just our CB1. He's the last veteran standing, the lonely commander of a defensive backfield that is now officially under siege. This means rookies, untested and unproven players who were supposed to be learning from the sideline are now thrust into the raging fire of an NFL Sunday. Can you hear that? That is the sound of the Falcons' offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson, gleefully rewriting his game plan in the middle of the night, drawing up deep shots, designing pick plays and deep crossers specifically to target the very position we just lost. They smell blood in the water, and you better believe they are coming for it. How does our defense possibly survive this onslaught? Who steps up to fill a void this significant? It's a terrifying question, and the answer will be written on the field for all the world to see in front of our own fans. This is the kind of crushing adversity that forges legends or breaks teams completely. There is absolutely no middle ground. If you believe our secondary can hold the line, that they can rise from these ashes of despair and shock the entire world, then storm the comments section right now and type "Defend the North" as loud as you can. Let the league hear the defiant roar of a united fan base. But hold on, as shocking as that is, the next update cuts even deeper, attacking the one person we need to protect most. And just when fans thought it couldn't get any crazier, here comes the next bombshell. A piece of news so dreadful, so infuriating, it feels like a recurring nightmare we can't wake up from. If the hit to our secondary was a crack in the shield wall, this next blow is a direct assault on the throne room. An attack on the one man holding our franchise's future in the palm of his hands. Our new quarterback. For the second consecutive week, a sentence I pray I never have to say again, the Minnesota Vikings will be forced to go into battle without their all-pro blindside protector. Left tackle Christian Darrisaw has officially been ruled out. Just read that sentence again. Let the anger, the frustration, the sheer disbelief wash over you. The mountain of a man, the elite, top-tier guardian angel tasked with the most sacred duty on the entire football field. Protecting J.J. McCarthy's blindside from the monsters that lurk on the edge, is sidelined once again with a lingering, stubborn, and now deeply concerning knee injury. This is not a problem. This is not a setback. This is a full-blown five-alarm fire raging through the offensive side of the ball. Darrisaw isn't just a good player. He's a cornerstone, a foundational piece of granite you build an entire Super Bowl contending offensive line around. He is our Great Wall of Minnesota. His absence is not a hole. It's a gaping chasm in our defenses. Last week, our rookie quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, showed the heart of a lion, the poise of a 10-year veteran, under the brightest lights, but he was under constant, relentless siege. Now, he must face that same fire again, but without his most trusted protector standing guard. The backup, whoever steps into those massive, impossible-to-fill shoes, will have a giant, glowing target painted on their back. They will be isolated, tested, and hunted by the opponent's best pass rusher, play after agonizing play, with the fate of our franchise quarterback, our chosen one, our hope, resting squarely on their shoulders. Can they possibly hold up against a professional quarterback hunter? The implications for our offense are terrifying. Head coach Kevin O'Connell's entire offensive masterpiece, all those beautiful plays he drew up in the offseason, has to be torn up and re-engineered on the fly. Forget about those beautiful, deep developing routes to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Forget about 7-step drops that allow McCarthy to scan the field and work his magic. The single injury handcuffs our rookie phenom right at the moment we need him to be unleashed. It forces us into a conservative shell, a dink-and-dunk offense relying on quick passes and a running game that is also missing its own key pieces. How can we possibly expect McCarthy to build on his historic game-winning debut when he's running for his life before he can even plant his back foot? This is a nightmare scenario of the highest order. It tests not only our depth, but our very philosophy. Are we tough enough? Are we creative enough as a coaching staff to scheme around a loss this monumental? If you believe J.J. McCarthy has the magic to overcome even this, to win against all odds and defy the pressure, then smash that subscribe button right now. Every single subscription is a vote of confidence. A message to the world that our quarterback is bigger than any challenge, even with his guardian down. But that's not the only fire burning inside this franchise. The next revelation is even more explosive, hitting the other side of the ball with equal devastating force. And if you think that was wild, the third story might just redefine everything you thought you knew about our defense's identity for the foreseeable future. The injury plague continues its relentless, merciless assault on our roster. And this time it has claimed another one of our leaders, a player who embodies the very soul of Brian Flores' chaotic, aggressive, and beautiful defensive scheme. The all-pro outside linebacker, the relentless engine of our pass rush, the man they call Gink, Andrew Van Ginkel, has been ruled out for Week 2. He is now in the concussion protocol, another warrior felled not by a torn ligament or broken bone that we can see, but by an insidious, invisible injury that demands caution and time that we simply do not have. Let me be perfectly clear so everyone understands the magnitude of this loss. Losing Van Ginkel is like an army losing its entire special forces unit in one fell swoop. He is more than just a name on a roster. He is the chaos bringer. He's the guy who lines up at defensive end on first down to stuff the run, drops into coverage like a safety on second down to bait the quarterback, and screams off the edge from a stand-up joker position on third down to hunt. He is the queen on Flores' chessboard, a weapon of mass disruption that offensive coordinators have nightmares about. Without him, the entire defensive scheme is compromised. The pass rush loses its most unpredictable and ferocious weapon, forcing our defense into a more predictable vanilla look that any competent NFL quarterback can pick apart. This gives opposing quarterbacks that extra split second they need to find the open man, a death sentence in the modern NFL. Losing him, Darisaw, and Okudah in the span of 1 week is not just a case of bad luck. It's a catastrophic failure of the football gods, a test of faith for the entire Viking nation. But from the smoldering ashes of this disaster, a new opportunity rises. A trial by fire for our future. A new saga begins. With Van Ginkel sidelined, the moment has finally arrived for our rookie first-round pick, Dallas Turner. This is it, his first ever NFL start. The heir apparent is no longer waiting in the wings, learning from the masters. He is being thrust onto center stage under the brightest, most unforgiving lights imaginable. Is he ready? We've heard the hype. We've seen the explosive athleticism. But can a rookie, no matter how talented, truly replace the production, the energy, and the veteran savvy of a player like Van Ginkel in his very first start? This is the ultimate sink-or-swim test for our prized draft pick. The front office gambled a significant portion of our future on him, and that future is now. The game against the Falcons has just been transformed from a simple Week 2 matchup into a proving ground for the next generation of Vikings. If you believe Dallas Turner is about to unleash a storm on the league and show everyone why this franchise moved heaven and earth to draft him, then hammer that like button until it cracks. Let's show the rookie that the entire state of Minnesota is behind him. But stay with me, because what comes next will flip the script in ways nobody predicted. But trust me, the story only gets brighter from here. This next twist will leave you speechless. A single brilliant glimmer of hope in the middle of our darkest hour, a sign from the heavens. While the Vikings' long ship is being battered and broken by a relentless storm of injuries, a message in a bottle has just washed ashore, a sacred scroll sent from the GOAT himself. Yes, I'm talking about the 7-time Super Bowl champion, the undisputed king, the legend of legends, Tom Brady. He sat down and watched the debut of our young quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. And he didn't just notice it, he loved it. In a public statement that sent shockwaves rippling through the entire NFL landscape, Brady went out of his way to praise McCarthy's performance on the biggest stage, specifically highlighting his resilience after a shaky, pressure-filled start on Monday Night Football. Stop and think about the colossal weight of those words. This isn't some talking head on a morning sports show desperate for a hot take. This isn't some washed-up analyst trying to make a name for himself. This is the undisputed greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football, looking at our rookie, and seeing something special, something familiar, something he recognizes in himself. He saw McCarthy shake off early mistakes, face down the relentless pressure of a collapsing pocket, ignore the noise from a hostile crowd, and lead his team to a historic fourth-quarter comeback victory. Tom Brady knows what greatness under pressure looks like better than any human being on this planet. He built a 2-decade dynasty on that exact trait. For him to bestow that seal of approval, to use that specific word, resilience, it's more than just a simple compliment. It's a prophecy. It is the ultimate validation for every single fan who dared to believe. For a front office that staked its entire future on this kid from Michigan. It's a message to the rest of the league that what we all witnessed in that final glorious quarter against the Bears wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a lucky break. It was a glimpse of the future. This is the kind of praise that can ignite a young player's career, that can instill a level of unshakable confidence that simply can't be coached. While our bitter rivals in Green Bay are still trying to convince themselves that their quarterback has it, our rookie is getting anointed by the king himself. What is McCarthy's ceiling now? With this kind of divine endorsement, is a Super Bowl in Minnesota no longer a distant dream, but a tangible, reachable expectation? If hearing Tom Brady praise our quarterback makes you believe, truly believe in your heart of hearts, that we have finally found our franchise savior after decades of wandering in the desert, prove it. Subscribe right now and join the new era of Vikings football. But the night isn't over, because while legends speak, the front office is quietly making moves to survive this brutal war of attrition. And listen, the final chapter of this whirlwind 48 hours, it's the kind of news that shows the unyielding heart of this franchise, the fighting spirit that defines us. While stars fall to injury and legends offer their praise from afar, the war room at TCO Performance Center is buzzing with frantic, relentless energy. General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is not standing by and watching his team crumble under the weight of these injuries. He is fighting back with every tool at his disposal, in a series of rapid-fire moves designed to provide immediate relief and send a message of defiance. The Vikings have made critical signings, bringing in fresh blood to reinforce our depleted ranks. They have signed veteran linebacker Sione Takitaki and cornerback Tyrek Funderburk to the practice squad. Now, don't you dare dismiss this as a minor transaction or just shuffling the deck. This is battlefield triage. This is a commander reinforcing his lines in the heat of battle. These aren't just camp bodies. They are strategic, targeted acquisitions. Takitaki is a known commodity, a hard-nosed, downhill thumper, a heat-seeking missile who can provide immediate depth and perhaps even see significant playing time with the devastating loss of Blake Cashman. His signing signals a clear intent. We will not be pushed around in the trenches. We will not be soft. Funderburk provides a desperately needed athletic body in a cornerback room that is now perilously, terrifyingly thin with Jeff Okudah out. This is the next man up philosophy, not as a tired cliche, but as a living, breathing survival strategy. It sends a powerful message to every single player in that locker room, from Justin Jefferson down to the last man on the practice squad. No matter who goes down, we will find a way. We will not surrender. We will not break. We will fight. So let's step back and look at this brutal, beautiful, chaotic saga we've just lived through together. In the span of 2 short, gut-wrenching days, we have lost our all-pro left tackle, a starting cornerback, and a game-wrecking outside linebacker, 3 absolute pillars of our team. Our depth is being tested to its absolute limit before the season has barely begun. Yet in the midst of this suffocating darkness, our rookie quarterback received a blessing from the football gods, a sign of hope that our future is brighter than ever. And our leadership, our general manager, refuses to stand down, tirelessly working to plug the holes in our shield wall with new, hungry warriors. This is the story of the 2025 Minnesota Vikings. It's a story of pain, of grit, of unwavering, defiant hope. This is what it means to be a Viking. It's about staring into the abyss of adversity and refusing to blink. Now, it's your turn to join the fight. If you are a true member of the Viking Nation, if you bleed purple and gold and despise everything green and gold with every fiber of your being, prove your loyalty right now. First, smash that like button to send a wave of pure energy to this battered but unbroken team. Second, comment below with your message for Dallas Turner on his first career start. Let him feel the force of this entire fan base behind him. And finally, the most important part, subscribe to this channel. Every subscription is a declaration of war against the Packers, the Bears, and the Lions. It's our way of telling the entire world that no matter how many injuries we suffer, our spirit is, and always will be, invincible. Think this week was an earthquake? Just wait until the aftershocks hit, and listen closely. The next 72 hours could reveal even more about the true character of this team. Can the new reinforcements make an immediate impact? And what happens if, heaven forbid, another star goes down? The saga is just beginning. Stay tuned. Skull.